Welcome back to The Explainer. So, today we are diving headfirst into the incredibly intense, high-stakes world of Formula One. We're taking some breaking, behind-the-scenes news straight from the factory floors and bridging it with a truly visceral, historic on-track rivalry. It's the kind of stuff that perfectly captures the absolute madness of this sport. Let's get right into it. Because really, what actually happens when F1 pressure boils over? Think about it. Whether the battle is being fought in the corporate garages or, deep inside the minds of the drivers themselves, the pressure in this championship it's absolutely relentless. When millions of dollars and legacy-defining moments are on the line, that pressure has to go somewhere. Today, we're looking at exactly what happens when it hits a breaking point. Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. We'll cover the current championship battle, how Ferrari just poached a key engineer, flash back to that intense 2007 McLaren tension, review the Bahrain Grand Prix, and wrap up with Fernando Alonso's legendary post-race rage. Starting off with Section 1, the current championship battle, Mercedes versus Ferrari. So right now, Mercedes are absolutely the clear favorites to take the title. I mean, they've got the fastest car overall, and they're leading the standings, but Ferrari is staying right on their heels. They're lingering just close enough to strike as we head into the second half of the season. It is a classic heavyweight fight. Moving to Section 2, Ferrari poaches a key engineer, signaling a real shift in power. To close that performance gap with Mercedes, Ferrari just pulled off a massive strategic move off the track. They have officially poached Luciano Nicomed. Now, if you don't know the name, Nicomed was a vital composite design engineer for the Mercedes chassis department. He's been with the Silver Arrow since 2020. But in what is basically a huge corporate victory for the Italian team, he's defected to Ferrari. He is stepping up to become their senior chassis composite designer. Game changer, right? Announcing his big departure on LinkedIn, Nicomed called joining Ferrari a significant milestone. He specifically praised the team's engineering excellence, their innovation, and pursuit of performance. Now listen, when a top-tier engineer talks about engineering excellence while literally walking away from the team that currently has the fastest car on the grid, yeah, you know the off-track arms race is getting incredibly intense. All right, Section 3, flashback to the 2007 McLaren tension between a rookie and a champion. To really see how all this immense corporate pressure translates directly into the cockpits, we need to jump back in time a bit to 2007. This was, frankly, a monumental year for the sport. It was Lewis Hamilton's very first season in F1 as a rookie, and he was teaming up with the reigning established champion Fernando Alonso over at McLaren. And the craziest part, despite it being his rookie year, Hamilton astonishingly managed to finish ahead of his veteran teammate in the final standings. Just imagine the sheer internal friction this caused. A reigning, multi-time world champion being challenged and ultimately beaten by a rookie driving the exact same machinery. Mind-blowing. Which brings us to Section 4, the Bahrain Grand Prix, where the pressure really mounts. To understand just how intense this internal battle got, Alonso's ex-racing engineer, a guy named Mark Slade, recently pulled back the curtain on exactly what happened behind the scenes at this specific race. Looking at the numbers, Hamilton started on the front row in second position. That's 2 places ahead of Alonso in fourth. During the race, Hamilton managed to cling to P2, while Alonso actually went backward, finishing down in fifth. So, how did that happen? Well, according to Slade's first-hand account, Alonso's unraveling really began on Saturday. He was deeply, deeply unhappy with how the qualifying fuel loads were distributed between the two cars. Then by Sunday, his pace just couldn't match Lewis's. He grew visibly frustrated inside the car, and that anger completely peaked late in the race when Nick Heidfeld actually overtook him, bumping Alonso down to fifth. Section 5, Alonso's post-race rage. The boiling point in the office. Slade noted that out on the track, Fernando was simply driving too slow, purely out of frustration. But honestly, that was absolutely nothing compared to the explosive aftermath. Once he got out of the car, Alonso stormed back to the office and, I kid you not, literally ripped the door right off its hinges. He hurled his helmet against the wall until it completely shattered. It is a visceral, almost unbelievable display of the human reality of Formula One. The sport is an absolute pressure cooker. From top-tier engineers defecting to rivals today, all the way to office doors being physically ripped off their hinges back in 2007, the relentless pressure of Formula One always finds a way to boil over. So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Will the fierce high-stakes battle between Mercedes and Ferrari this season trigger another historic breaking point behind closed doors? Keep that in mind the next time you tune into a race. And hey, make sure to subscribe so you never miss our next explainer diving into the sport's biggest stories. See you next time.